I dropped a random pin on my Onyx map, a spot that looked incredible from satellite. No trails, no info, just a guess. Let's go see if it's a hidden gem or a total bust.
Wow. So, we're in the Shasta-Trinity National Forest near the Castle Craigs wilderness area. And past few days I've been planning a trip in this area. I used several different satellite imagery apps to do so, and I found something that looks interesting, looks like a pretty sweet overnight camping spot, looks peaceful, looks private, and most of all, it seems like it would be very scenic. So that's where we're heading. It is a couple of miles as the crow flies and about 1,000 feet of elevation gain. We've got less than 3 hours of sunlight left, so we need to get going. The beginning of this isn't too punishing so far. Walking up an old dried up creek bed, which is keeping the shrubbery and sticks that I'm having to walk through at a minimum. I appreciate that. Coming up to the top of a ridge line here. Oh yeah, look at that. Not sure what that trail is over there, and I'm not sure whether or not you're going to be able to see it, but there's a very distinct trail across that mountainside there. I know the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail, is out here. I don't know that that's part of it, but cool trail nonetheless. Yeah. All right, well now that we're at the top of this ridgeline, things are looking a little clearer, which is nice. And there's even what looks like kind of like a trail behind me. So maybe that means in front of us will be smooth sailing too. I shouldn't say that though, because I spoke too soon. Manzanita, my arch nemesis. Look at that, the lake, which now brings us in view of what we're actually here to do. Yeah, going up there. You know, I don't know whether or not we're gonna camp up there, because I don't know if there's a flat spot to put a tent, and it's also probably windy, but we're definitely gonna go up there. Gotta check it out, right? Right. Definitely looks different on the satellite imagery though. I was hoping it would be a tad bit more hospitable. Oh well, we're out here, right? We're easily halfway to the top of this giant hill. We're also getting to the most challenging part though, so it's not done till it's done. Things have slowed down significantly. Got a little bit of a rock scramble here. And now every step is a decision. I think we're getting pretty close because I'm pretty sure I see the top. Wow. Yeah. I feel like I'm on top of the world up here. The reality of the situation is it's way too rocky up here to pitch a tent anywhere. So unfortunately, unlike my original plan, we will not be able to camp up on top of this huge mountain. Too bad, but that happens like 50% of the time when you're scouting your sites via Google Earth. So it's to be expected. We'll have to find another nice flat spot to pitch the tent. But for the moment, I think I'm just gonna sit up here and kind of enjoy the view. The sun's starting to get low in the sky, and we still have to set up camp. Should probably do that. Not up here, unfortunately, but probably somewhere down there back on the ridgeline. Was just about to leave, and I found this neat little thing. I guess this is a Boulder Peak. Neat. And it's also a $250 fine for, what does that say? Disturbing, I guess? It says disturbing. Must have not adjusted for inflation. This probably do. This is flat enough and big enough for my tent. When you're running low on sunlight, beggars can't be choosers, right? Well, before the sun goes down, I think it's time to do a little bit of cooking. So we got, biscuits and gravy. Solid. I figured there would be nowhere to get water from while we were up here. So I actually brought twice the water that I'd usually bring on a trip like this. I think I almost brought like 2 gallons of water. Ended up being the right call because I drank half of it on the way up, and I still need to cook to make coffee tomorrow and have enough water for the hike back. Found out the other day that my collapsible cup here actually has little lines on the inside for measuring increments. Been complaining this whole time about how these dehydrated foods define like an exact amount of cups of water that you have to put in here. And I'm always going like, oh yeah, am I gonna bring a measuring cup with me? Come on. But turns out that whole time I had a measuring cup with me. Hey. This one needs a 1.5 cups. Cup's 8 ounces, right? So 12 ounces? Ooh, man. I'm so good. I guessed. Exactly right. Boil. Ten out of 10 on the area of Shasta-Trinity National Forest near Castle Craigs. I've only been out here like one other time. Really, really underrated. Well, that was really good, but it's time to put some stuff up in a tree. Start getting ready for bed. Still light, but it is like 8 o'clock right now, so can't have a fire because according to the National Forest website, there is a fire ban in all of Shasta-Trinity National Forest. So I will abide by that, even though a fire makes a backpacking trip a lot more fun. But it's okay. I'll go to bed early, try to get up really early and catch the sunrise. Good enough for me. Well, the sun went over the mountains maybe 20, 30 minutes ago. In about 15 minutes, it'll be dark. It's not really any reason for me to sit outside in the dark. So I guess I'm just going to get an early bedtime in, and we'll get up early. Yeah. So I'll see you then. Maybe. We'll see.
Good morning. A little chilly last night, but I slept all right. It's time to get up and see if we can catch it before the sun comes up over the mountains. I think we still have a pretty good chance. Kind of looks like the sun might come up right over there, and I might be able to see it from here, but just in case it's coming up behind this mountain, I'm not going to go up to the top, but I think I'm just going to go around it and make sure I'm on that side of it and kind of go watch the sunrise. A little quick short walk this morning, maybe warm up a little bit. It's way colder than I thought it would be. It said it was going to be a low of 50, and it's colder than 50 right now. I wouldn't say it's like 30, but it's certainly in the low 40s. So walking might get us a little bit of heat going too. Stopped and got my food bag so that we can make some coffee while we're over there. I can't quite see the sun rising, unfortunately, but it took me so long to get over here. I think I already missed it, judging by the shadows over here being casted on this hillside. We can't make coffee because I brought coffee, but I didn't bring the water over, so still a little bit of brain fog this morning, I guess. All right, I say we go make some coffee. Yeah. Yeah. I know I said it once before, but it's awesome out here. It's a little more of a drive for me. It takes about an hour to get to Castle Craigs for me, and then all of this forest back here is like another hour back on dirt roads. So it is a little more of a commitment to get out here, but very cool. You know, it's funny, the sleeping bag says it's a plus 40 bag. Not a particularly cold bag. But geez, I sure have been in some weather that's 40 degrees and still been cold. I'd said this morning that the night was pretty uneventful. But I actually forgot about one thing. I woke up at about midnight and it smelled like wildfire smoke in my tent. And so I peeked outside. I could still see the stars. I could see the stars really good. And I looked over on the hillside where the wind was blowing from over there. And I can see for miles and miles, and I didn't see any flames or even any glow. So I don't exactly know what that was. Booyah! We're packed up. It's beautiful out here, but it's time to start making the trek back to the car. We'll probably try to take a different route so that maybe we can see some new stuff. Not just the same old hike on the way back. Yeah. Not sure whether you'll be able to see this, but there looks to be almost more trails over there. It's funny, I used Onyx to plan this trip, and I didn't see a trail within like miles of this area that I picked to camp. So it's odd that I'm seeing all these things that kind of look like trails. Sun's finally peeking through, which is nice. So it was a little cold from last night. Walking through here, there must have been at some point some kind of small wildfire. Big enough to burn up all the brush on the ground, but small enough that it didn't burn up the trees. I guess. I don't know. I don't see anything charred in here, but it's awfully odd that there's no small trees, no manzanita, no bushes, just trees and dirt. Oh, yeah. It's a little bit of charred wood down there. So yeah, at some point, some kind of small wildfire. So that's it for this trip into the Castle Craigs area of the Shasta-Trinity National Forest. It was awesome, very beautiful, good hike, and I think I'll be returning here. I don't know when, but eventually. Anyway, that's it. So until next time.